Yo. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy E Oil, aka the Harlem Legend, man. Please, it's free. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video, man. This one right here, it should be a lesson to a lot of the youngins out there running around, because I gotta keep it 10,000. Once you get into the street life and you get in deep, yeah. Let's keep it real, because we're going to talk about Hocus 45th. Salute to the whole Castle Hill projects. Y'all already know what it is. The whole Bronx. Shout out to everybody in the BX. You heard BX or B next. Y'all already know what it is. We got breaking news that Hocus 45th has been charged with a racketeering. Yeah. They charged him. Former member of Sex Money Murder. You heard? A violent street gang out of New York City. You heard? In 2008, we got to be real. I'm going to break down a little history for y'all, right? In 2008, Hocus 45th was indicted along with 25 others in a gang indictment for sex money murder. You heard? He ended up beating it. Real name Hassan Harris. He ended up beating the charges and coming out unscathed. Yeah, I wouldn't say unscathed because he sat on Rikers Island for 4 years. So let's call it what it is. He sat on Rikers for 4 years fighting these charges. People done did 20 years in that indictment, and all kinds of different things came out of that. He kept his mouth sealed, and he ended up doing the time, ladies and gentlemen. I got to be real. And since then, he has built this platform, all right? He has something called the Rabbit Hole. He built this platform. He does a lot of roll calls going after sexual deviants, I want to say, right? Violent offenders, dudes that do things against children. So he has actually been fighting for the youth, and you know, he's been doing a lot of things that can help the community, right? Let's call it what it is. He's done a lot of things that can help the community. Some people don't seem to see it that way because it seems like the government is still coming after him. I want y'all to pay attention to this, because he breaks down how he was awakened. He lives in Georgia now, allegedly. Apparently, he lives in Georgia. How the feds ran in this house and charged him with a conspiracy with sex money murder down in Georgia. Pay attention.
Yesterday, I was picked up by the feds, and I was charged in a sex money murder Rico indictment. A conspiracy indictment. No, this is real shit. I'm not even joking. Yesterday, I was picked up by the feds and charged in a sex money murder Rico indictment. I'm laying down in the house. I see sirens outside. And I hear, Hassan Harris, freeze! FBI! Like, I'm being pranked. Like, hold on, what? FBI? So they take me into custody. They didn't want to tell me my charges. I get there, and my lawyer shows me that I am charged in a Rico conspiracy based in Savannah, Georgia. The Southern District of Savannah, Georgia. Now listen. You see these black spaces? These are my co-defendants. These are my co-defendants. And that's just me. Where the fuck are my co-defendants? They redacted the whole indictment. They redacted everything. Black, redact, black, redact. They redacted everything. Look at the indictment. I'm charged in a Rico conspiracy. Yo, listen, man. I'm gonna say this much, right? They got Rico conspiracy here, murder in the aid of racketeering, causing death through the use of a firearm, conspiracy to commit murder in the aid of racketeering, wire fraud conspiracy, and drug conspiracy. Now, out of all of this, right, as you can see in the indictment, they got wire fraud conspiracy, and that's what they charged me with, right? So they're saying that they're saying that I committed wire fraud during the pandemic by getting unemployment and PPP loans. And I'm gonna say this: I maintain my innocence. Everything I do is by the book. I'm not in no conspiracy. I didn't conspire to do anything with anybody. I'm going to fight. I'm Mr. Go to trial. Y'all know that. I'm going to trial and I'm going to fight. I do gang prevention, and I do, get anti-gang violence. And that's my movement. And y'all know that. Y'all see it every day. Y'all see it every day. It's like this is an ill attempt to like embarrass me or something, or to make me look like a hypocrite. Or he's doing anti-gang violence, but throw me in a conspiracy with people that I don't even know. From Savannah. I never been to Savannah, Georgia in my life. I never been to Savannah, Georgia in my life, number one. And I can't tell you one person I know right now from Savannah. I couldn't tell you. If you ask me, not one person. Just because, you know how they do. So in the beginning, they start off with, oh, in the 80s, 90s, sex, money, murder, and this, and they go into like the gang. It's like, yo, anything that got to do with them 3 letters, SMM, they want to throw me in there. And I'm telling y'all, I'm walking a straight line. I'm walking a fine line, a straight line. I do not commit crime.
I gotta say this to y'all, man, and let this be a lesson, please. Let this be a lesson to a lot of y'all out there, a lot of you youngins that's running around in the gang. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna be real. It doesn't matter if you changed your life around, because you heard what he just said. Oh, in the 90s, the sex, money, murder. Yeah, they always gonna go back to the history. Pistol Peter's gone. They can't blame him no more. They blaming you for the history that's for basically the history. Yeah, they blaming you because I don't know if he lives down in Georgia now, but it can take as easy as a phone call, y'all. Just getting on the phone with another gang member for them to tie you in. I'm just being real, just to get on the phone and talk positive. Oh, he knows this guy. He has a connection. Oh, this guy's the one that originated. He was down with the originators, sex, money, murder in New York City. This is where the gang originated from. So when they see it integrated into Georgia, into all over, sex, money, murder is all over. You may not be involved anymore, but some of your associates still are. Once they make a call to you, yo, what up, big bro? How you doing? You all right? You may not have nothing to do with it. This is why I don't have friends, y'all. This is why I stay away from selective few. And he may have been doing the same thing. I'm not saying this man is guilty. I'm saying Hocus 45th is guilty of the history of the gang. He played the big part in history. I'm telling you, the government would never get off your back. But I got to keep it 10,000, y'all, because Hocus is calling out Wack 100. Yeah, let's get to that. He's calling out Wack 100 because he feels like Wack 100 has been involved in a whole lot of things lately. And he's feeling like, why every time? And they've had beef back and forth, saying certain things on the internet, Clubhouse, you know how they do. Hocus 45th is feeling like, why every time dude is beefing with somebody, the indictments come out? Pay attention.
And I got one more thing before I go. It's just, I gotta say it. How ironic, it's just how odd is it that it's just one guy that everybody's beef with ends up with a Rico or inside of a Rico. This one guy that everybody beef with. Y'all know who he is. Now Hocus got a Rico? Salute, man.
Hey now, he said it. I didn't say it. And I'm assuming he's talking about Wack 100. You know why? Because Wack 100 responds. You heard Wack 100 puts this picture up and he responds to Hocus 45th with, he got, go to Instagram and go, look, either you're a man or a coward. People hitting me up saying you're mentioning my name on the phone, asking them if they know something you can use to tell on me to get out your Georgia Fed case. Why Hocus 45th? Why? I'm confused. Don't trip. Exposes, let's start pulling and digging. Let's go through all this for the world. Make sure I'm nowhere involved in this dude's situation. At DJ K Slay, rest in peace to DJ K Slay. I tried. He refuses to keep the peace. Now it's on. So Wack 100 is essentially throwing out their threats. I'm just being real. He feels like he got to defend himself somewhere. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. Hey, look, I'm here to report the news. But I will say this about the Rico. Let me know how y'all feel about him calling out Wack 100. But I gotta say this about the Rico that he's facing right now. Of course, they're gonna tie you into sex, money, murder. That's like Pistol Pete being free and not in ADX. And every time something pops off for sex, money, murder, they don't come get him. You heard? He may not even know what's going on. Just being the originator, the leader, the one that started this, they're always going to be on your back, homie. I got to be real. Now, as far as when it comes to Wack 100, I don't know. Yeah, Wack 100 has been on the scene of a lot of things going on the internet. I need y'all to let me know. Is Hocus 45th calling out the right person? Or is this just your past coming back to haunt you again? Yeah, you're a self-admitted gangbanger. What do you expect to happen? Now in Georgia, they banging the same gang that was originated in New York and you down in Georgia? Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but something don't sound right. I'm not saying the man is guilty. I'm saying he's guilty just by association. I understand what he does now. Does the same rules apply to what he does now? I don't think the government really cares. They want to knock off all the originators because it is what it is. They tainted a whole generation. Think about it. Gangs have tainted a whole generation. What do you think the cops going to do? What do you think the feds going to do? They're going to always target y'all. But hey, who am I? I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all get in my comment section and let me know. Was this indictment just bound to happen? They look for anything when you was involved at one point or another, especially with the originators. You've been around. Everybody knows your story. You beat them one time. You feel me? This ain't rocket science, y'all. Yo, it's your boy E-Oil, aka the Harlem Legend, man. Support the channel, y'all. All I ask is hit the like button. Support the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Help the channel grow. Let's get in the algorithm, y'all. Salute.
Oh.